Are Lamar's Ravens the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
Yes, they are. The Ravens' defense is obviously, if they could play well against the Kansas City Chiefs, then yeah. Because the offense, they're going to do what they need to do. I really strongly believe that they understand that in order for us to win games, we got to put the football in Derrick Henry's hands 20-plus times. They're 7-0 when he's touching the ball 20-plus times. They're 4-5 when he doesn't touch it 20-plus times. And the Lamar Jackson factor is obviously there. There's no question about it. But when that dude gets running downhill, everybody gets out the way. They've won games that way. They started off this Kansas City game when they played them last time with Derrick Henry scoring the touchdown. Then they forgot about it. Then they was like, well, we don't need to give him the ball anymore. We're good. Let's just, instead of saying, well, this is the guy that we brought here. We paid him the money to be the bell cow. Now let's let him be the bell cow. I don't think if they saw them a second time around, they're going to do that again. They're just not. But I think that this is the team out of the AFC that can give them a run for their money.
Yeah, the Ravens are the threat to the Chiefs. I'll give them a pass. Week 1, playing the Chiefs. Derrick Henry's first game, they didn't give him as many carries. That wouldn't happen again. They're in a rhythm. When Derrick Henry gets the ball, they see what happens. The more he gets the ball, the better. This version of Lamar Jackson is, he look unstoppable. Like, he literally looks like, if I want to, I can go scramble and get 10 minimum. If I really want to, I can throw the ball accurately to anybody, completion. Like, Lamar Jackson is playing better than we've ever seen him. 2-time MVP, and he's playing better this year than he did in either one of those MVP seasons. And so, to me, the Ravens are the threat to the Chiefs. If the Ravens and Chiefs play, the Ravens will beat them.
In Kansas City.
I don't care where it's at.
All right, guys. The biggest threat to the Chiefs is the obvious. It's the Buffalo Bills. Think about this. Josh has had success, maybe not in the playoffs, but he's had success versus the Chiefs. Lamar has had no success. No success. He's 1-5 versus the Chiefs, and that's including playoffs. They were supposed to beat them last year at home. It was set up. Great year, home playoff game. The Chiefs coming. This was the year. And what happens? They lose again.
But this version of Lamar.
Again. No, listen. Josh has the it factor. And, yeah, Lamar has the it factor, too, because that's what you're going to need when you're trying to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. Listen, Allen has had success. He's 4-4 career. That's including playoffs. But he plays well versus them. Lamar just doesn't play well versus them, man. And we can look at the numbers. Like, Lamar just doesn't play well versus the Chiefs.
You do understand,
Nine TDs, 7 turnovers. Josh Allen, look at this. This is his numbers versus the Chiefs.
Mr.
Can we put this up? Look at his numbers versus the Chiefs.
Mr. President,
Lamar doesn't like playing against the Chiefs.
Josh Allen fan club. You do realize that Josh Allen has had success in what we call the regular season?
Yeah, yep. At least he's had success.
In the regular season.
Lamar hasn't had any
I understand
success.
that. It's all about the postseason. And he played well in the game that they lost in Buffalo in the overtime strike to Tyreek Hill. He did, up in Kansas City, he did, numbers-wise, play well. But it's all about getting over the hump in the postseason.
And that's why I think that the Bills are the biggest threat.
The one thing that they have that the Buffalo Bills don't have is a strong running game.
When you got that dude, Cook's been cooking lately.
No. When you got Derrick Henry back there,
yeah, it's different.
It's a different monster.
It is different.
I don't think anyone is a threat to the Chiefs.
Wow.
Ooh, nobody, not even a threat.
No, because for all those numbers, which they are beautiful numbers, and you're right, he has had success against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. Lamar Jackson lost 17-10 at home in the AFC Championship game last year to the Chiefs.
Couple of mistakes.
Didn't run the ball at all.
We know his numbers against the Chiefs. He doesn't play well against them. And again, we cannot discount the fact that they are going to have time to get healthy, and the road to the Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. You will not have a home game. So Bills or Ravens, you'll be going on the road to Kansas City in a very hostile environment where they are very comfortable. You're going to have to go in their house and beat them. And Kansas City's defense is like that. This is a defensive team. that just happens to have the best player on the planet in Patrick Mahomes and the best coach in the league in Andy Reid. They have the #1 ranked scoring defense. They are only allowing 18 points per game. They have the 3rd ranked rushing defense. Okay, you have Derrick Henry. We have the 3rd ranked rushing defense in the league in Kansas City. So what happens if we neutralize that? They have the 13th ranked passing defense. This is a really, really good veteran-led defensive team in Kansas City. And on the other side of the ball is just the best player in the league. So I don't think that anyone is a threat to Kansas City. I think it sounds good and it looks good on paper, and that we have 2 guys who are vying for the MVP and they've had spectacular regular seasons. But I think that Kansas City is going back to the Super Bowl, and I don't think if they make a nice push, we will respect that. But I don't think either of these teams are beating Kansas City in Arrowhead.
I feel like that too, Joy, that Kansas City is going back to the Super Bowl, but the biggest threat is the Ravens if they were to see each other.
If I have to pick a team that I have more faith is going to beat them, even though I don't think that either of these teams would, I would nudge to
Get off the
Ravens.
fence.
I would fall on the Ravens side.
I got a feeling, and like we're in an era that there's going to be some great quarterbacks that's going to just, like we're going to look at the end of time that we're going to say, man, if Patty Mahomes wasn't in the, like, it's like a Jordan-esque era.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about all the players that just didn't win championships because Jordan was in the league. Like, great players. And that's what we're seeing. We're going to have a couple great players in this era that probably won't win a Super Bowl because of Pat Mahomes.
There's one thing that you say, and I can't stop thinking about it. Life on the line.
Right.
Every time we talk about the Chiefs, life on the line. Like,
Okay, so
I believe the Ravens are at the
on the line. You have to pick the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, or Josh Allen and the Bills to go into Arrowhead and beat them.
Season on the line, yeah, but my life on the line, that's, that's
What's okay? Life on the line. Who you going with?
Yeah, you got to take Josh.
Until I see them do it, of course I would take Mahomes because I've seen him do it.
All of those two, to beat Mahomes. To beat
Mahomes.
In Arrowhead.
This Lamar Jackson, I'm taking the Ravens. Maybe I'm tripping, but
That's fair.
Lamar Jackson has improved so much as a passer.
Life on the line. I'm doing it
I
myself.
probably got to figure out how to do it myself. I might have to bark out signals myself. I can't.
So you're going to go down on your own accord.
I'm going down on my own. Okay, I can't be.
You're going to fall on the sword.
I just felt like the way Lamar is playing, like it's too easy almost. He's making it look too easy.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a professional football player at times out there playing against a bunch of young college dudes. That's exactly what it looks like.
Does the Ravens defense concern you at all? Because when we're talking about these matchups going into Arrowhead, playing against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, does the Ravens defense give you any cause for concern?
The back end of the Ravens defense concerned me. That was past tense.
Mm-hmm. They have the 29th ranked passing defense.
They have gotten better the last 3 or 4 weeks. They've gotten better on the back end, and I don't know why, or they're not playing those type of teams, and they've gotten better.
In week 1, it's 17-10, right?
It does concern me. It does concern me that this isn't the Ravens defense that we've been accustomed to seeing, and so that concerns me. But Lamar Jackson, the way that he's playing, alleviates all concerns.
I think it was 17-10 week 1 in Kansas City.
What?
No.
What was the score?
It was 17-10.
It was a playoff game.
17-10 was the AFC Championship.
What was the score the first week? 27-20. So 27-20 in week 1 with a toe on the line. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Not to win it.
I know, but we're going to tie it, and then we'll figure it out from there. We'll figure it out from there.
We're going to run read option for the 2-point play.
Yeah, we might run read option for the 2-point play.
Listen,
or naked bootleg
versus Mahomes.
Naked bootleg. He was 1-4 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. He got over that.
Yeah, but as much as I love my Pittsburgh Steelers,
I don't know. Their team isn't giving me any confidence.
We need to take into account.
Look at that, Joy.
That wasn't to win the game.
That's a half an inch.
It didn't matter. It was
half
a tie
an inch. Half an inch. But we need to take into account.
Man,
this Lamar. We're looking at Lamar of last year.
I am taking into account Lamar Jackson. but I'm also taking into account the Kansas City defense, the whole of these matchups. Because it isn't just Lamar versus Patrick Mahomes.
It's
That's
the
how
same-
it will be billed.
it was the
That's what
same
the posters
defense.
will have. The posters
Joy.
will have Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson is actually playing against this very, very elite Kansas City defense on the road in Arrowhead.
If you're Andy Reid, they have the #1 seed locked up. This is #1 seed. Are they playing next week against Denver? So if they don't play next week, you have a first-round bye. So now they're going to be off for close to 3 weeks. So how do you navigate the last week of the season against the Denver Broncos, first-round bye, and now your playoff game?
I think they've been there and done that before.
Yeah, but not the.
Andy Reid is
don't question that, though.
He's the best maybe in
I
the
really
league
don't
history.
question that because they've done this before. They've had first-round
Yeah, this
buys
is not
before.
their
No, I'm not worried about the bye. I'm worried about the #1 seed locked up.
But I'm saying they've locked
Heading
up the
into
number,
the last
but they've
game of
done
the
that
season.
before. They've locked it up before heading
This
into
was
the
a
last
young
game.
ascending team, a team that didn't have postseason experience. I would be on your side concerned about that. But they are a veteran team that needs to get healthy. So this is the best case scenario for them. Everyone has to come to them. They've been here before. And I imagine that we still will see most of the starters in this game against them for a little while.
bit, yeah, probably.
Like, they're not going to play the entire game, but they're
some rust
definitely
off.
going to get some reps. But I don't have any confidence in
And
anyone's going
another
into
thing
Kansas
that's in
City
the
and beating
Chiefs'
them.
favor, that they're undefeated at home in the playoffs with Taylor Swift. So it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Already a
I
wrap.
forgot all
It's
about
already a
her.
wrap. It's already a wrap.
Over to my Steelers. George Pickens drew some criticism for Russell Wilson's interception in the Steelers' 29-10 loss to the Chiefs yesterday. After the game, Steelers defensive lineman Cam Hayward said, quote, "When 10 guys do their job and one guy doesn't, we are screwed." Terrell Owens responded to these quotes on Twitter and said, "Same on offense as well. You got 14 not running his routes, causing INTs, interceptions." You agree with T.O., TJ?
Yeah, that was cover 6. Cover 2 to the single receiver side. Cover 4 to the, I believe it was trip side up top. When you see cover 2, you have to, because single side receiver, you don't have to go outside. You can release inside. You just got to get back outside to hold the safety. Justin Reed is a safety. If Pickens just hustles, whether it's an outside or inside release, because it's not an MOR, mandatory outside release, when you don't have anybody inside of you. You have to affect that safety so now he's not able to come over and hedge on fire move. Now, he's helping because Pickens is jogging. So T.O. is right. And guarantee Mike Tomlin said something about that. Guarantee Arthur Smith has something to say about it. But at this point, George Pickens is going to do what George Pickens wants to do. That's obvious. And so what do they do about that? Because people recall, they scored a touchdown. They got called back for holding. And then this was the next play.
Yep.
This should not have been an interception if George Pickens is hustling the way he should hustle.
No, this was a killer turnover. Key, you agree? He caused this interception?
Well, here's what I would say. Certainly looks like he didn't take the bus ticket. And the bus ticket means giving you a bus ticket, get out of Dodge, get out of town. He didn't do that. TJ's right. You can go with nobody inside there. You can go inside, get back your width, get back up the sideline to affect the safety. Or you automatically know you're not getting the football when you see the coverage. I know.
Yep.
Cover 2, I'm not getting the ball. I might get a turkey hole shot, but chances are I'm not going to get the football.
Right.
And so I could just run out of bounds and just run fast.
For the love of the game, Joy.
For the love of the game, I'm going to run and hit my head on the wall because I know I'm affecting the safety to pull him to me. Now Russ gets a shot for the touchdown.
So why wouldn't he do that?
Man, I can't answer for him. I just, that's bad film. That's why whenever they show this, you frustration.
You are the spokesperson for outrageous wide receiver behavior.
Yeah, but I may be the spokesperson for outrageous wide receiver behavior, but out of all the snaps that I had in my career, you ain't gonna never see nothing like that on film.
So
never.
Is this
ridiculous.
Selfish? Is it not
No,
smart football? Is it that he's mad he wasn't going to get the
Joy,
ball?
No.
Why wouldn't you do it?
His brain probably just froze up.
This is the thing, Joy, about receivers.
just froze up.
And coaches need to understand this. I don't know why they act like they don't. This is the truth. This is the truth. When you got a receiver that is temperamental, getting the ball in the first drive, he locked in. Like when the receiver not getting the ball, if he don't get the ball early, He's sitting here like, man, why am I out here for? Why am I out here playing? Get him the ball on the first drive, and he's locked in.
Trips right. No, scratch that. Empty right, 74 shout tosser. Tell Keyshawn to go to the tosser. Oh, okay, cool.
Straight up. Yes, now I'm engaged.
I'm good.
But when you don't get me the ball early, you seen the game. He taking his helmet off. He mad. Getting the ball early, and he is locked in.
Look
That's
at
the
the
biggest
script.
problem. I don't understand these
That's
coaches.
what you do. You look at the script, you go, Bunch right, toss 38 Gators, Z reverse left. Give it to Keyshawn.
No, tell Key he getting the reverse.
Tell Key.
Straight up.
Cool, I'm locked
But
in.
still, that's unprofessional.
But
This how it is. This is
Unprofessional, though.
But TJ is right, though, Paul. This is how it is. Me and Michael keep telling you at the same time. When we got to 15, we all speak the same language. 15-play script.
which play is for me.
I need at least, out of those 15, I need to have 6 of those. And what did I say about A.J. Brown that day?
And then they get mad when people call them divas.
No, it's not divas. It's not.
We want to
it
win.
has nothing to do with
if
divas.
I'm getting the ball, it's helping us.
As I tell you all the time, Joy, it takes 11. Okay?
Yes.
For the play to be successful. It was 10 because minus him. So that play didn't become successful. If he would have done his job, that's a touchdown. We can't accredit Russell Wilson to the interception. People at home watching it, they going, man, he threw another pick. Get him out of here. They don't really even understand that pick is accredited to that receiver.
So he got to go. He just got to run. He got to run his
Keep
route.
going.
Keep
Just
going. Go through the
chop
He
his
got
left.
jammed. He got jammed.
No, he let him.
He let him
stopped.
jam it,
Does he
Paul.
not know this because he's a young player?
No, he knows this.
He knows it.
Joy, when you're Joy,
How are you
brings the
supposed to
safety of that
receive
Joy.
this as a coach or as a teammate? And you're watching this film, you see him do this. What do you do?
What do I do?
if I'm a leader on the team, I'm saying something.
Oh, 100%.
I don't care who
I'm
it
saying
is.
something in the game.
I've always said something. My teammates know that.
In the game.
But to me, the coaching point is this. Guarantee, George, you're the single side receiver. If we see a too high shell and it looks like it's 2, you have to make sure that you affect that safety. Guarantee that was the coaching
And we
point.
want you most likely to take an outside release because we don't want you to get held up inside. Because it's
Guarantee.
harder to go back out once you go in.
Right.
So you might as well, his butt is going to be to the sideline. Okay, that's number 1. I already know his butt is going to be to the sideline. So I'm going to take a wide release, and then I'm going to boom right past him, Paul, and I'm gone.
It was no sense. Just to read, if you're looking at George Pickens right at the snap, 0 sense of urgency. So now he's going to focus on going to help because Pickens doesn't even look like he wants to get involved in the play. A lot of the times with us, if we seen cover 2 and we were the single side receiver, they'd make us run a corner. Like we'd dive inside, get vertical, run a corner. That for sure brings the safety with you.
But to Paul's point, who is this on then? This is on the coaches for not getting him involved early?
It's ultimately on George Pickens. This is a team game. It's 11 guys got to do their job for one guy to shine.
And see, the one thing about this is George Pickens has got to understand. And maybe he does, and maybe they explained it to him. If that touchdown happens right there,
It's a different game.
it's a different game. Not only is it a different game, you affected the safety, right? So what you think the safety going to do the next time we get into the red zone and we call something similar? He going to automatically, if you doing your job, he going to automatically squeeze on whoever's coming across because he's thinking, oh, okay, here comes the seam route right up the seam, so I'm going to fluff off on him. Now you running right up the rail, butt naked by yourself.
Right.
You gonna put the Moss hand up, baby. You gonna do just like this. But he needs to know that. You can't just all of a sudden check out in an important game because it's gonna affect you getting the football later on.
Getting the ball early, he won't do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So is it coaching or is it on George Pickens not being professional?
Unprofessional. I mean, he's
ultimately
been the subject of a lot of criticism.
Every other day, or every other game.
But you know that he's under the Keyshawn.
Don't do it. Now you're gonna make me act ugly. That's nothing. I'm gonna tell you, man.
That's
Can't
Keyshawn. He went to Keyshawn University.
I can promise you, Paul. I can promise you'll never find that on film. Never. Not one thing. Not one. As mad as I might be in a game that I didn't get the football in the first 10 or 15 plays of a game, that'll never happen.
All right, got you.
It'll just never happen.
And is that something that you know in college?
Yes.
This is not an NFL level type
No,
thing.
you know that in high school.
Right.
Just
So then he knew.
Get him the ball.
But
Get
think-
him the
but
ball.
think about- but
Coaches
think-
know this how we are. They know this.
How are you all the same?
How we all the same?
Yes.
Because we ain't grabbing
Dinosaur-
face masks in the
dinosaur
snow,
brain.
beating people up, and we supposed to be focusing in on Hail Marys. You know.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.